somebody na ajụ ajụjụ say, now why Orji Uzor Kalu achọghị ikwu okwu about this thing? Don't you know why Orji Uzor Kalu ji na-achọghị ikwu okwu? Orji Uzor Kalu nwere an impending case with EFCC. Orji Uzor Kalu, these people take it to Kuje prison some time ago, and it's like had they a script which he is acting, and don't make mistake in acting that script. Again, that is why he don't want to talk. Yeah, we have one age. Biko, pay attention in this video. Inugo na ndị a na-achịgbu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na DSS dungeon na Abuja. Now, gee ntị ebe a. Na video a ka m ga-anọ wetere gị pupere gị ihe niile bụ ihe nzuzo zoro ezo. First of all, m ga-like ka ị gee nnukwu lọlọ Nneka Chimezie ntị now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gwara ya okwu a mgbe ọ ga-aga visit ya na DSS dungeon na Abuja some days ago. Gee ntị. To some of you ndị na-ajụ ajụjụ kedu ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mere, kedu ka story ya si bido, when did na this video m ga-emepe gị anya pupere gị ihe niile bụ ihe nzuzo zoro ezo from the time o ji bido. Ya mere ka anyị gee lọlọ Nneka Chimezie ntị ebe a, anyị gecha ya ntị, ị ga-watch another video.
Igbo bụ Igbo, ekene m ụlọ ọlọlọ Nneka Chimezie na-ekwe ka na-ewetara n'ọnọdụ Igbo. Agara m leta Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na detention ndị DSS ụnyaahụ, and ebe ahụ ka ọ gwara na ndị a na-achọzi igbu ya maka na ha anwụghị ọgụ. Ofu onye n'ime ha anwụghị ọgụ gbaa ya ụkwụ. And ụnụ mana Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ekwule na arụ adịrị ezigbote arụ adịrị ya, and dịka ndị dọkịta ya siri ekwu, o nwere ọtụtụ ọrịa ime ahụ nke ọ na-arịa, nke a na-ekwu ka gọọmenti hapụ ya ka ọ gaa lezie onwe ya anya. Ha ajụ na ha ma nhapụ ya. So n'elu ya ka mmadụ nwekwa ya ọgụ gbaa ya ọkpa. Anyị amaghị plan ha, mana e nwere ihe m chọrọ ịrụtụ ndị Igbo aka na ka uche anyị dị ya. Onye ọbụla na-ege ihe igechi tụsa ya, onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo uche anyị dị ya. Ife ihe anyị na-akọ ịga hip-hop asịkwa hip-hop asị gị ọ iberibe ka anyị dara, maka na anyị amara ihe na-eme na eriga anyị mperi were hip-hop mikpuo na-alụ anyị agha, na-ebu agha n'ala Igbo n'aha hip-hop, were hip-hop mikpuo. Na achọpụtara m na ndị ofe mmanụ na-alụso anyị agha, andụnụ maka ha si eme, ha na-aghọ aghụghọ nne, ha ji ụzọ aghụghọ alụso anyị agha. Ha ama nchenwu na anyị aka mgba sị ka apụta lụgwa ọgụ na ọwụọla na aka ya, ọ bụrụ agha ka alụbịa. And ha mana ndị Igbo adaki a anyị na-akpagharị. E nwere ụnụ n'anya ihe na-eme ugbu a, kachasị vidio, ọkachasị voice notes nke pụtara na-efegharị nkata ebupụrụ amụsụ na onye na-esote onye isi ala anyị Kazim Shettima kpara nkata ha kpara maka ndị Igbo. Ha kpara nkata ebe 2013 mgbe ha na-akwado APC. Ihe nchọ
lọlọ Nneka Chimezie daalụ nke ukwuu, mana gbadogodi ebe ahụ. Ụfọdụ ụmụnne anyị na-ajụ ajụjụ, ọ gịnị ka ejichi igbu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ọ gịnị ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mere, gịnị ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mere? Gị nwa wee na-ajụ ajụjụ dị otu ahụ, nwee ndidi. The next video ị na-watch ugbu a, ihe awụ interview Channels TV mere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about 8 years ago na palace ya na afara ukwu Ibeku. M ga-like ka ige ntị ebe a ka ị ga-aghọta ihe wu the reason why eji chọọ igbu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Ị ga-echa nke ahụ, enwere another video m ga-etinye gị ebe a, sịrị gị biko nwee ndidi. Na video m na-emere gị ebe a ka m ga-anọ mepee gị anya ka ị ghọta ihe niile bụ ihe nzuzo zoro ezo, nkata niile akpara megide gị nwa onye Igbo nke na-ama ha. Ọ na channel aka ọma ka ị ga-anọ ya mere nwee ndidi. The next video ị na-watch ugbu a wụ interview emere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about 8 years ago. Gee ntị ọfụma ka ịnụ ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu ebe ahụ, then you can watch the next one.
What does Biafra mean?
It means freedom, liberty, fairness, equity, and justice.
In practical terms, these are very good sounding words, but in practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, the weak center, very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I'm not changing my mind. Independent Biafra means going back to where we were before the right man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation. When you say a confederation, you're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence,
Absolute.
complete independence. Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing else.
Yes.
or death.
That's good.
If push comes to shove,
Yes.
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So no war. You've ruled out the...
Absolutely. No. When I say Biafra order, that I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process, I won't stop. Allow me to repeat, if you don't mind. Had sovereign national conference been convened by the powers that be, where every ethnic nation, I said every, I don't care if there's 600, I don't care. Everyone is
all the 500
everyone together to say this is all, others can delegate, I don't know, powers to other people to attend on their behalf. Sit down to say, what type of country do we want? Sit down, discuss, agree. I can begin to perhaps submit to the
Is it too late?
It is way too late. They've killed too many people. They've ruined too many lives. They've wasted too many souls. How do we bring those people back?
If the federal government, given the agitation that is going on, becomes convinced that, you know what, these people have a point, and it is time to actually address all these issues, and they begin to systematically address some of these issues, would you change your mind?
No, because of the deceptions of the past.
No trust.
No trust. I believe it was that it was negotiated. Nothing happened. 1968, if I recall. And the confab report, what became of it? How about the 3 R's? Reconciliation, reconstruction, and heaven knows what else. What became of it? Nothing. Calabar Seaport is not working. Can you tell me why it's not working? It's a seaport. Used by the economic masters. Why is it not working today? How about Iguacha Seaport? What's it not being used? We're not worried. Why must we allow only Lagos to function as a viable seaport? In England, where I used to live, you had Liverpool, you had the Solent, Portsmouth, Southampton, everywhere. You had harbors and ports. So why must you have only one?
I've heard people say these are very valid arguments, and that these are things that are to do with bad governance. So the average Biafran, to use your phrase, or Igbo man in Igbo, is facing poverty much in the same way that the average guy in Yobe State is facing poverty. And so these are issues of governance. You don't agree with that?
I agree completely.
Okay. So if that is it, why isn't the agitation about tackling the problem, which is ensuring good governance, perhaps starting from locally? Because part of the allegations against you is that you don't confront your political leaders in the East, and you'd like to blame Abuja for everything.
Because the way I would want to solve a problem is not how a family man wants to solve it.
You really believe this is an ethnic thing, and the approach is different.
The approach is different. It's not ethnic. It is more to do with value system.
Right.
The way you want to solve a problem could be markedly different from how I do mine.
What is the geographical makeup of Biafra, as far as you are concerned? This Biafra that you want. So, for example, if we're doing a referendum, where will that referendum take place? Is it only the 5? It's okay.
It's which is River State, Delta, Namambia, Enugu, Cross River. And a private coast.
Right.
Those are the requests. Basically,
Bayelsa?
Yes. Southeast and South without the state.
Without Edo State.
That's correct. And then including Igede, Idoma.
Right, the Benues. So the Igalas and part of the Kogi state, right? And also Mirike, the governor of Anambra, sorry, the governor of River State, made a statement, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and said, you should not be including River State in the people.
I can decide for Biafrans. They have to go and vote and convince the whole world that they want Biafra. It's not for us, it's only one man, one vote.
But what if they're not even willing to take part in the referendum? Because I've had people from the South, for example, from Bayelsa, I've had people from Cross River. I think there's a famous actress Kate Henshaw, for example, wrote a long piece about why people of the South don't want to be dragged into a place called Biafra. We're saying, regardless of what they say, we want a referendum in those parts.
Because I know the majority of the people want a referendum. I was in Igwacha yesterday.
How do you know?
I was there yesterday. I was in Igwacha yesterday. In the court Port Harcourt. I was there yesterday. I should have been there to see what happened. They're ready to see me. I'm sure you know that. It's all over the place. They're very happy to see me. I bet Kate Henshaw wouldn't get such reception. Rush you to go to
She's a big, popular Nollywood actress. I wouldn't necessarily.
If I go to her village, people will turn out to see me, more than turn out to see her.
Okay, watch Alanka. The only offense Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed today, all say Kenya referendum. Can people decide there? Because indeed, this geographical space in Nigeria today, nobody decided for it. That is why the citizens of the so-called Nigeria hate that country so much that they can even support people from Cotonou much more than people from their country, because it is not an organic country. Nobody loves Nigeria, I must tell you. Now, Enona na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mention Nyesom Wike, mention Dave Umahi, mention Governor Hope Uzodimma as the people all like ka ha bịa court, bịa witness for him. You know here? Now, achọm ka ịnụ ihe Nyesom Wike na-ekwu gbasara na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kpọrọ ya ka ọ bịa gba witness. In fact, o kwetego na ọ ga-aga gbara Mazi Nnamdi Kanu witness. M ga-like ka ị gee ya ebe a.
Honourable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, just quickly, the case currently ongoing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses, alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you are aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
And if you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are to attend that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses?
I have been watching it.
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has had any process. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw Wike listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I am subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspaper. Nobody does that.
Excellency,
I told as to why I should be listed. He who choose me there, you should ask him the question. But if I am invited, if I am supposed to come, go home and sleep. I will be there.
Now, ka ị gee ntị ka ịnụ ihe Minista Dave Umahi na-ekwu about the same invitation Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mere ha na court na Abuja. Gee ntị ka ịnụ ihe Dave Umahi na-ekwu.
A number of times refrain myself from talking about IPOB or ESN, but just because you've constantly been mentioning it, let me throw a little bit light to that. In as much as IPOB and ESN is to a number of people, it's like a necessity due to insecurity in Southeast. And they have their demands, they have their agitations, they have, what's according to them making them angry. But let me tell you the truth of what is happening. There are bandits everywhere. There are criminals everywhere. There are cultists everywhere. So what happens now in South is that criminals who may not necessarily be members of IPOB and ESN will go and commit crime. And they needed the name. So it's safer for them to say, oh, we are members of ESN, we are members of IPOB. So that the persecution of IPOB and ESN by the federal government, we cover them. That is what is happening in Southeast. Because the IPOB people and the ESN have a number of times come out to say, look, we are not, into
Now, achọrọ m ka ị underline ya this word o use, persecution of IPOB and ESN. Dave Umahi na-ekwu, which means all of them macha eziokwu na IPOB and ESN is being persecuted, not prosecuted. In aghọta ya na persecution. From what I meant to understand here now, all of them match the truth, but they somehow, some way want to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the way. And somebody na ajụ m ajụjụ say, now why Ojuzo Kalu achọghị ikwu okwu about this thing? Don't you know why Ojuzo Kalu ji achọghị ikwu okwu? Ojuzo Kalu nwere an impending case with EFCC. Ojuzo Kalu, these people take it to Kuje prison some time ago, and it's like had they read a script which he is acting, and don't make mistake in acting that script. Again, that is why he don't want to talk. Yeah, we have one nature. All of them match the truth. Governor Opus of the Magola here some time ago. Now, all these people name Pampa na Ligo. Now, here I want IPOB. Dave Umahi is confirming the same thing. Even Wike is confirming the same thing. Adjoin Ajunawo, or Guinea Jinketon. Ganunti. All I want, Meshionu, as onye kuloku. These people will take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the way. Now, in your media, share this video, ma. Kelekwenu this Nwada or Lolo. Nneka Chimezie take it upon herself. Ghana DSS dungeon ga visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Chetakwana, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ji ọnụ ya gwa Lolo Nneka Chimezie na ndị a na-achị igbu ya egbu na ndị a gbara ya okwu. Ama mmọnwụ n'afọ, ama mmọnwụ n'isi, ama anywhere. Share this video because ihe anyị na-eme ebe a anyị na-create awareness. Aha mgba ka ọma. Ndewokwanụ.